idea that has inspired the New York Buffalo shooting where 11 Black Americans were killed.
On.
100 times more lives than Putin has killed in Ukraine.
It's like a time capsule. Putin! Putin!
The COVID shot saved probably tens of millions.
Oh, yeah. No, it didn't save millions of lives.
I have a clip of longtime right-wing media figure Tucker Carlson absolutely losing his mind when he gets confronted with facts and being called out to his face for his rhetoric and the things they incite, touching on numerous topics that are relevant to our show. So sit back and strap yourself in because this one gets insane.
On Putin.
Putin!
Which I think you did strategically because you knew it's what we'd ask.
Putin! He's so bad!
And I also appreciate that.
Did he make you take the COVID shot?
Take the what?
The COVID shot? No, he didn't. Sorry.
The COVID shot saved probably tens of millions.
Oh, yeah, and definitely. Safe and effective. This is why everyone loves the media.
Probably 100 times more lives than Putin has killed in Ukraine.
It's like a time capsule. It's like you're like the last Japanese soldier on Okinawa. You think the war's still going. No, it didn't save millions of lives.
Yeah, notoriously autocratic dictators aren't that bad when they don't force you to take the COVID shot. And by the way, you weren't forced to take the COVID shot here in America either, outside of obvious groups of people like those working in hospitals, which are required to take all vaccines for working with vulnerable populations of people. And even then, you could just quit and not work there. Businesses with more than 100 people could exempt their workforce by doing regular testing and requiring them to wear masks. So there again is a clear choice there. Republicans like to pretend there was no choice when there was a choice and there was no force at hand, even though it's a laughable position to take anyway. Are you going to fight all vaccines? I mean, at this point, they probably would. Anti-vax is getting more and more popular in the MAGA wing. It's one of those conspiracy theories you have to buy into to support Trump. And as much freedom as you have to not be vaccinated, others have freedom to not be vulnerable from the viruses you may transmit. So in private businesses like restaurants that wanted patrons to be vaccinated, there's still a choice because you could just choose not to go. But it's about public safety. What Republicans really wanted was the ability to do whatever they want, regardless of how many people they're putting at risk, which the freedom of public safety always trumps the freedom of public choice. This is why other vaccines are mandated, and if you zoom out, it's why things like murder and robbery are illegal also. Like, you do not have freedom because you can't walk up and shoot someone? The death rate among unvaccinated was 5 times higher than those who were vaccinated, and as you can see, the massive death spike that happened to the unvaccinated population never happened to the vaccinated population. But, if you laugh maniacally enough, it sounds like you have a point, right?
In the past, you've talked about how white Australians, Americans, Europeans are being replaced by non-white immigrants in what is often referred to as the Great Replacement theory. This is the same...
Have I said that whites are being replaced?
Well...
I don't think I said that.
Well, it's been mentioned on your show 4,000 times. And
really, when did I say that?
So every time they import a new voter, I become disenfranchised as a current voter.
The Great Replacement theory was a conspiracy theory? It sounds more like a statistical fact.
In order to win and maintain power, Democrats plan to change the population of the country.
He just loves to play dumb when he gets called out, and this is all of MAGA, where they push these racist ideologies to spark up their base and drive hatred against minority groups, but are then too much of cowards to even stand on it when they get called out, and will look for any scapegoats or feign ignorance, oopsie, whenever they can. And I just wanted to expose, yeah, he has pushed this exact theory. He actually goes on, as we'll see, to call it a fact, and there's way more to these clips than the ones that I just showed if you go look them up. These are just the ones I found quickly, but let's keep going.
I think it's completely honest and real, not racist or scary. It's factually true. It's not a theory, it's a fact. And the whole point of your question was to be like, you're a scary racist.
Well, I haven't
And
actually
my
finished my
response is, no, I'm not. Okay, well, how about no more lying in your questions, and then I'll answer it.
Okay, well... this is the same theory, or as you say, idea, that has inspired the New York Buffalo shooting where 11 Black Americans were killed.
On.
2
You know what
white
I mean?
Americans were killed.
Like,
And it's also inspired...
it's not, first of all...
It's inspired one of the worst Australian guns
How do
of
they
all
get
time
people
to
this
shoot
stupid in the media? I guess it doesn't pay well.
Again, he's just playing up to the crowd here because he doesn't have a real answer for getting absolutely called out and destroyed to his face. These ideologies stoke violence and fear and hatred in people who will go out and do horrendous things because of them. We covered Curtis Sliwa and his goons jumping a Hispanic American in the street just because they assumed he was an undocumented immigrant. The Buffalo shooter specifically mentioned the Great Replacement theory in his manifesto, stating to be a white nationalist. You could look to the Charlottesville riots, all the things they were doing. Even the driver who drove into a crowd, killed one, injured dozens, while being a devout white supremacist. 4 different recent mass shootings were directly carried out by those who were inspired by the Great Replacement theory. So the fact that he's acting as if it's no issue or these don't happen right there gives the game away. And the fact that he's willing to double down on it as a fact is just outright horrendous. Nobody should take him seriously. And again, this is why he got fired, and now nobody cares about Tucker Carlson anyway. And nor is he standing on the idea at all. It's shifted in multiple years anyway to stay relevant to where it used to be about Jewish Americans, and now it's shifted to brown-skinned immigrants, despite there being no factual evidence to back any of this up. And immigrants can't even vote for years down the road, where a majority of them never will even be able to vote. So the idea that they're being brought in just to secure votes is absolutely ludicrous. And again, just used to stoke violence Tucker Carlson wants to see, while not being enough of a man to do it himself, or actually even stand on the idea of it when it gets brought up. So he just incites his gullible viewers into carrying out these horrendous acts, so when they happen, he can just go, oopsies. Because for him, for MAGA, it's all about the clicks and clips, and hate stokes that for right-wingers.